MTG and take the ride. Take the ride. For more fun, you better subscribe. You never want to miss the vibe. Keeping us up all fun, you better subscribe. You never want to miss the vibe.
Always doing it sunny side up. It's the hen. Fuck. What up, my friends? How you doing? It is an early afternoon unexpected live stream. Although I guess I did kind of give a hint last night that this might be happening. I talked about it. When I've got a setup like this, it's like, yo, who knows who's going to be around in the afternoon? Now, first things first, I better share the link in the Discord, though, because there is a very good chance that YouTube is not going to be sending the notifications for this around, because they have a particular window within which where they go, all right, we're not going to send stuff out because we already did for multiple things in the last 24 hours. And I know yesterday's stream got uploaded on top of the night before coming out earlier in the day, so we might be in that window. So, Discord link sharing first. This is actually why I originally set up the Discord, because I was doing frequent live streams to the point where YouTube was not letting people know. All right, and take a look at it. Yep, it looks like that's the case. It looks like the notifications have not been spread. It's going to take some time for people to notice that this stream is going on. But, Eng, I see you there. Hello to you, and I know that a handful of other people have showed up here as well. So hello, silent lurker-durkers. What up, Breakstop? Discord brought you here. Well, I'm glad that the Discord actually works. I can at least trust that the notifications it sends out are more regular. I don't actually begrudge YouTube for the way that they do things, because at the end of the day, if they didn't set it up in a way where they limited notifications, certain channels could just spam out like 15 videos in a day. And what happens is you just start to get so many notifications that you shut the whole thing off. So they have a number of different ways that they try and control that. One is the amount of notifications they're supposed to send out. Another is they've got like a bell system where you have to have subscribed to a channel, you have to have clicked the notification bell, then you have to have also told it to send all notifications. It's like, you'll think that when you click subscribe that YouTube will notify you of whatever the channel does, but it won't. And then even when you click the bell, you're like, well, that means everything, right? And it's like, no, you got to turn on all notifications. And then like, does that mean everything, YouTube? And YouTube's, yep, but only in like a particular window of time. And it's like, wait, what? Yeah, you got to tell us the time frame you want to get the notifications in too. So it's all configured for the casual users. You know, they don't want people, if I know what it's like. If I get too many notifications from something that feel like they're a waste of my time or I'm being spammed, then I'll just be like, stop sending me notifications. So it's the way it works. What up, Hayes? What up, Millmaster? What's going on, Neo Jester? Is this whatnot? Well, this is why not? This is why not? Why not come and hang out in the afternoon? I woke up, had my breakfast, made a cup of tea, and I thought I'd come and chill for a while. And since I already had the booster Plinko set up last night for the Ghosts and G-Cups, I have just rechristened the game as Baddies and Biggins Plinko this time around. Jester, what's the good word? The good word is fromungulous. That is the goodest word. Oh, man. So I'm right back into the Expanse now. Like 100%. There was a period for a couple episodes where I was like, eh. But now the alien entity has created some kind of deep space technology ring that completely obliterated a dude who flew into it. The 3D effects, like the animation that they use for the show, is actually pretty good. I find CGI is the least jarring when it comes to like science fiction shows, you know, in deep space or whatever. depending on how it's done. If the CGI is no good, then you're just going to be like, whatever, bro, who cares, right? But it seems to me like The Expanse walks a pretty good line of most of the CGI feeling pretty believable. There was a point where they're building like the big ship for the Mormons or whatever, and there's this gold like angel statue on it, and that felt very wonky looking. I looked at it and was like, that feels really fake. But overall, the spaceships feel pretty believable for spaceships, and I really like the way that they use these little rocket drones. I don't think I've ever seen that in anything, where they're basically like a ton of little tiny mini ships almost, right? And they rocket booster over to wherever they need to be, and then they latch onto the spaceship, and you can use it to maneuver them, to push them through space, to turn them and stuff. And it's it kind of makes me think of like how you can do things with a bunch of little nano machines put together, but obviously on a much bigger scale. And yeah, I've never seen it in any science fiction show anywhere. And I thought, yo, that is some cool technology, and it's genuinely believable too, right? Like you look at it and go, yeah, you know what, I buy this. This makes sense to me. And that's a big key for world building, right? What you're looking at has to feel like it makes sense. So when it comes to the technology aspect of things, in this show, everybody has these weird little glass cell phones that are very believable. The overall technology with the throwing it up in the air, 3D displays, all of that. It's got a pretty good vibe overall. So this is, aside from when me and Carly were watching Deep Space Nine, this is the most hooked into a science fiction show I've ever been. And I thought that the alien life form, because they didn't have the alien life form in the first season, really, right? The first season was just more interpersonal conflict, the political landscape of the different planets, the Mars colony and Earth, and then the asteroid belt miners that are stuck in between. And that was pretty interesting. And at a certain point, when they had the detective obsessed with finding the one woman, and then he found her and she was taken over by the blue alien stuff, I was like, I don't know, bro. I don't know. But it kind of pulled away from what felt... It felt strange to me, the whole alien-human entity, but not in a way that was engaging. It just felt almost kind of random, but now it's all coming together. Hey, 10-4, what's up, buddy? How you doing? Oh, this is still set on music, that's why. You can see my watch face on the screen. I'm like, what the hell's on there? I was listening to some sweet tunes before I came in here. I love this thing. This is an amazing speaker. I'm surprised at how good they can make things now. I had a portable speaker that was way bigger than this and was not nearly as good. It touted itself on the packaging as being waterproof, and then when you read the documentation, it was like, don't bring it anywhere moist and whatever. It's like, you said this thing was waterproof. Now you're telling me it can't even be somewhere where it's actually slightly wet, whereas this thing is great. I don't worry about this. I mean, aside from if you open this part up, then water could get into it, but ultimately, this is actually genuinely waterproof. Between the two of these, you can actually straight up take this into the shower. You could take this into the shower too. So the watch has a bunch of MP3s loaded onto it, links up to this, and you just boop, boop, boop through it. Like, technology is already pretty amazing from my perspective, just the way we have it now. I can't even imagine the insanity we're going to have in the future. 10-4, you're surprised to see me? Yeah, I figured why not? Random afternoon stream. Come and hang out. If people want to do Plinko, cool. If they just want to hang out and chat, cool. I'm obviously down for whatever. Thompson, nice to see you, bro. How am I? I'm pretty good. I woke up in good spirits, and I felt like coming and hanging out, chatting about some stuff, drinking me some nice Earl Grey tea early in the day. I have a feeling like today is going to be a good day, you know? And I'm happy to see that people have been enjoying my Ghostbusters video as well. It seems like most people are having a good time with it. Some people are rightfully pointing out that I missed Winston, and I'm just like, I did miss Winston. I wonder why. And then somebody else pointed out, well, he's not mentioned in the flavor text or in any other way, so it's easy to understand how he could be overlooked. And I was like, hey, thanks for giving a plausible reason for my massive screw up. Because leaving Winston out definitely feels like I messed up, you know? There is that. What up, Teferi? How you doing, buddy? Mister, you've been caught pink-handed. That's a... What is that even supposed to be with the quotation marks between the fingers, bro? I'm not sure. Is that supposed to be the gesture of waving? Keebler, what's up? Midday, you made one live. Hell yeah, buddy. Hell yeah. I wanted to do a live stream for the people who can't make it to the nighttime streams. But it looks like YouTube isn't really spreading the word that much. So it's going to take time for people to randomly stumble on it in their feed, you know? Dow, can you borrow some of the good day energy to find the last cipher after 220 hours on this game? Oh, you're trying to 100% a game and you've just reached the point where it's like a tedious sort of finisher? That is always an interesting position to find yourself in. So yeah, man, here's some good day vibes for you, you fuck. We were playing, what was it called? Moonstone Island, which is a game I had a lot of fun playing with Carly. And I did so many of the goals, and I was thinking, am I going to 100% this game? But then to 100% the game requires some real busy work. I should probably take this watch off now that I think about it, because I'm using this to keep track of my steps in the day to make sure I get moving around enough. But I also flail my arms around a lot when I talk, which throws this thing off and adds thousands of extra steps onto it just from me gesturing and going like this. So, anyways, with Moonstone Island, one of the goals you have to complete is fishing 1,000 times. And the fishing in the game is not that awesome. So I was like, you know what? I don't care about 100% of this game. I did some of the most challenging stuff. I married the Mystery Magical Man, which is like something that only 0.3% of people playing the game have done and required a whole lot to accomplish. So I'm like, I've done some of the hardest stuff. I'm not interested in busy work for 100% completion because it doesn't matter. What up, Jess? Your cheat powers didn't notify you of the stream? Yeah, that's what I was saying earlier. YouTube's notification system is not really primed for, like, if you stream on Twitch, it will let people know every single time you stream. But with YouTube, it has all kinds of different factors it uses to determine who to notify and when, which is why the Discord is your best bet, right? Dow, it's a roguelite, so the cipher on the room is randomly spawned and you have yet to find it. It's the last thing that you need. You were looking for so long, you gaslit yourself into thinking the last one you found was the final one, but it was the second to last one. That's annoying. Jess saw it on the YouTube page, didn't realize it was live, thought it was yesterday's stream that I renamed. Well, that's fair, especially considering that a lot of the time we stream over on the Historian and then it gets relocated over here. And I'm glad that you said that because it helps me to understand as well why people might not realize this is a different stream, right? Like, hold on, let me take a look. Let me take a look at the thumbnail here. Yeah, I mean, they definitely look pretty similar. I have a different face in them and whatever. There's some slight tweaks, but I guess those are things that people aren't really going to notice. So I will bear that in mind for the future when I do this and try and give the... Well, I guess maybe if the thumbnail and title is different, you're still going to think the same thing. Oh, well, that's the way it goes, right? That's the nature of it. And that's fine. That's fine. You got to work within the limitations of the systems that exist. It's pretty sweet to get to do this in the first place, right? Can just go live whenever I want. If it means that YouTube's not always going to show it, meh. maybe it'll help me lean more into doing some twitchery as well, you know? Because I do have that Twitch account over there, and Twitch does notify everybody when you are streaming. But then again, most of the people who watch me are over here on YouTube, so they would only know about the Twitch stream through Discord. So really, it keeps coming back to the Discord setup. What up, Grimy? How you doing, buddy? I do like me some Earl Grey tea. It is warming me up though, so let's unbutton this, and actually I think I'm gonna pop open the window too while I'm at it. 1 second. The lights and stuff make the room warmer in here too. Who knows though? It might be hot enough out that it won't actually cool things down. It might even make it warmer. Habanero, what's up, buddy? You got to head to work in a few minutes, but saw that I was live, so you thought you'd pop in and say hello. Well, thanks for stopping by to say hello, big boy. Have a good day at work, my man. Have a pleasant working day. Ah, man. So we got what, like 6 days now till the Duskmourn pre-release. It's crazy. It's crazy how fast this is coming. It feels super condensed, right? I mean, it feels that way because it is. We used to get 3 months for a set at least, and now it's like 2 months. So I'm curious to see if that's actually going to continue to be the case, or if all of this condensing that's going on right now with Duskmourn overlapping Bloomburrow has to do with Wizards' push to try and get some more starter products going on. Like, I don't know if it's just they're trying to pinch the bottom line and boost it for Hasbro, or if it's straight up, our push to just have Commander decks available with standard sets and focusing 100% on Commander has closed the door to certain people getting into the game and people coming over from Arena and easing themselves into paper. Because on top of the Foundation stuff, Wizards has re-released, or not re-released, but like restarted the concept of welcome decks. I actually have all 5 of the different welcome decks to take a look through. So I don't know if I'm going to do a video on that or a live stream on it, but that is something that we're going to dive into as well. Jess, you had a bunch of cool days you didn't realize, and you actually had to turn the heat on. We haven't had that at all. We had a period where we didn't have to have the air conditioning running while we were trying to sleep, right? So it got cold enough that it wouldn't heat up too much while we were sleeping. But now it's like, it's crazy. It feels like it's still full on summer, not like a week away from fall starting, because we're 1 week from fall. Dow, is Duskmourn a continuation of Bloomburrow? Not at all. No. Bloomburrow is a completely separate world. Duskmourn and Bloomburrow are very much at odds, right? Bloomburrow has the cutesy little animal world where like nobody really gets hurt. Even the villains in the story like are allowed to just run off safely with no problems. Whereas Duskmourn is like, we're gonna turn your butt cheeks into a hat for a demon. We're gonna make a skull cap out of your butt cheeks for a demon, and he's gonna make a xylophone out of your ribs and play him with your thigh bones. Bump, 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 bump. Right? Like, there's a massive difference between the two. Also, Duskmourn has a Ghostbusters concept wedged in there pretty hard, which makes way more sense now that there are multiple Ghostbuster secret layers coming along. Dow, you haven't seen anything on Duskmourn at all? Wow. All right. You must have just been completely tuned out of the magical world. There are a lot of people who don't realize how fast this set is coming up, right? Like, when it comes to talking about the magic lore, I've done a number of Duskmourn lore videos, but you can tell people don't even know that the story is out yet, right? normally what happens is there's an uptick in people looking for information about it when the set releases. So I expect that in a week or two, there'll be more people looking for the story. Dow, it helps you save money by not focusing on Magic. Well, that's understandable. It is an expensive hobby, bro. So if you don't look at it and don't get excited about it, you can't want the shiny new toys. So that is one way to save yourself. But yeah, they've got the entire set of Duskmourn was fully revealed by the end of yesterday. And they released a Ghostbusters secret lair that comes out in September. So, like, this is September, obviously. So I don't know why I said comes out in September. But anyways, comes out at the end of the month. So in like 2 weeks, I think there's going to be a Ghostbusters secret lair super drop. What up, Peterson? Peterson Super Chat says, hello, and drop that Plinko. I will, buddy. All I need you to do is to tell me which of the slots you want to drop it in, 1 through 8. Obviously, on the outer edges, we've got the Goddess Story packs. So the rules, if you don't already know how this works, is if we land on one of those packs, you're looking for biggins in reference to the old Married with Children. Looking for big fat jugs. So we'll open a pack of Goddess Story, and if there are sufficiently large jugs in it, then we will also open a pack of Duskmourn, right? So that is how this one works. Shelton, can't wait for the Duskmourn Trick or Treat event in October from the 25th to the 31st. Oh yeah, that's right. I saw the actual goodie bags that they use for that. So that is a fun little include that Wizards has sent out. I like it. Peterson, oh, you're going all the way with 8. Okay. Christmas, don't be late. We're going number 8. Oh, look at that. You did it. You did it. We're looking for fat juggalugs. Why am I putting Duskmourn up there? I'll bring this over as the bonus pack in case we find the fat juggins. Them huge old juggins. Let's look at some bootleg Chinese card game cards. Because as far as I know, this game uses like properties without their license. I could be wrong about that, but that's my current understanding. Is these have not been like paid for their licensing because in China they don't really crack down as much on what's it called, like IP infringement, unless it's something that's like really politically expedient for them to. All right. Oh, hold on. Let's make sure the camera's focused up properly because it looks like it is not. No point in looking for blurry jugs. It's like Old Man Simulator, right? When it's that blurry. There we go. There we go. Okay, so our first lady, bam, right here, is decently jugged, but not over jugged. We're looking for over jugs. Oh, those are pretty big. Those are pretty big, but they don't quite trigger the whoa mamba lamba jamba reaction. So I'm going to say not quite big enough. Oh, but these are humongulungus, all right? So humongulongadongus right here, bro. This is definitely a win. You have moved into the realm of ultra juggins. We got the biggins, which means we'll look for baddies in Duskmourn. Then we got a little kitty lady. Oh, she's got butterflies and stuff. Carly might like that. And then, what's this? Some dude? Are there dudes in this? I don't want no dudes. Get out of here. Get out of here. Here's what we're looking for. Wait, is she not? Oh, she is foil. Look at that. You can see the foil on. What? Seizure foils. Okay. All right, Peterson. You have succeeded, big boy. Hey, what up, Nate? What up, Death Dog? How's it going? Jess, you miss Stump Hatcher. I miss Stump Hatcher, sir. I miss it so much. It has been a long time since we did one of those. What was the last set we did it for? What was the last set that we played Stump Hatcher for? All right, let's look at some Duskmourn action. Oh, I missed. I completely missed the trash. And now it's just over there on the floor. That's annoying. Maybe I should move this over here where it's easier to access and I can trip on it when I get up to go to the Plinko board. Okay. So, we've got a foil bear trap. We've got the island. We've got Silent Hall Creeper extended. Oh, look at him creeping in the back, buddy. Is he? Oh, wait a minute. That's somebody's glasses he's reflected in, right? If you look at that, there's the nose, there's the mouth screaming, there's the horror in the eyes. That's pretty cool. This is actually a really interesting card. A blue and 1 for a 1/1 horror, and it's an enchantment creature, which I don't think I ever noticed before. It can't be blocked, and whenever it deals combat damage to a player, choose one that hasn't been chosen. You put 2+1/+1 counters on it, draw a card, or Silent Hall Creeper becomes a copy of another target creature you control. The can't be blocked is pretty amazing. That's what lets you get away with all of this, right? So ultimately, I think this is a pretty sweet card. I'd like to try this guy out in my cube. And he's definitely got that horrific Baddies vibe. So congratulations, Peterson. Biggins and Baddies in one go. You did it, buddy. Then we've got Piggy Bank. What the hell? A red and 1 3/2 boar toy. When it dies, create a treasure token. Remember when you smashed me for a little pocket money? It's got a demon mouth in its belly. This is goofy. This is goofy. Jess, you think it was Legends? I feel like it might have been Legends as well. Peterson, you got to bring that luck into real life. 10-4, you think I was looking at Japanese plane shift cards? Oh, no, that's Booster. Oh, we're talking about Stump Hatcher. It's a different game. It's a different game where we look at like an old school set and people tell me the names of cards and then I see if I can remember what the card does, like all the different aspects of it. And we got to see if you can pick something to stump me based on my old memories of old school cards. This artwork is incredible. I feel like it's been wasted on this kind of underwhelming mill crab. I really find this artwork to be super evocative, and I don't like that it's a 0/3. You know what I mean? Like it feels way more intense and dangerous than a 0/3. It doesn't feel like something that's just going to horrify your mind. It looks like something that could mess you up. Like, look at those claws, bro. You think that couldn't rip into you? Come on. Come on, man. Artwork is amazing. Like, really good. Duskmourn's Domination. Oh, this is that 6 casting cost enchantment. Enchant creature. You get to control the enchanted creature. It gets -3/-0 and loses all abilities. This feels awful. You know? Like, in terms of cards that let you steal your opponent's cards, why would you want this? Why would you ever want to use this? You get the creature, but it's like way small. You have to pay 6 mana for it. Like, at 6 mana, shouldn't it just be you control enchanted creature? Straight out, with no downsides? No benefits, just no downsides. For 6 mana at uncommon. Like, this feels incredibly underpowered and incredibly underwhelming, right? Like, for real. The artwork also is confusing too, where it feels like this is just holding a dude's head and almost copying it up here while all this crazy screaming spirit stuff is coming out. The whole concept of this card is really muddy. Yeah, exactly, 10-4. It's worse than Confiscate by a large margin. Confiscate is 2 blue and 4. You control enchanted permanent. You just get to take anything. So this is the worst creature stealing card I think I've ever seen, honestly. It's really, like, it's only ever going to matter in draft, in sealed, in limited, right? Like, it's awful. Then we've got Surgical Suite and Hospital Room. The suite is a white and 1. When you unlock this door, return target creature card with mana value 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. Hospital Room, 4 mana. Whenever you attack, put a +1/+1 counter on attacking creature. Weird. Feels strange that a hospital will like boost up, you know, your +1/+1s. I guess like they just pump you full of drugs or something. Bow, it's almost like a blue pacifism, but way worse. Yeah, pacifism only costs 2, dude. Right? Meat Locker. Yeah, we saw this one yesterday, right? Definitely. Cryptid Inspector. 3 mana, 2/3 vigilance. Elf Warrior. Whenever a face-down permanent you control enters, and whenever it or another permanent you control is turned face up, put a +1/+1 counter on it. Pretty underwhelming, honestly. Cackling Slasher. Oh, look at them all hunched over with these 2 little bloody death spikes. That's pretty intense. 4 mana, 3/3 Death Touch. Enters with a +1/+1 counter on it if a creature died this turn. There you go. That's pretty straightforward. Flavor text says, every death was funnier than the last until his howling laughter drowned out his victim's screams. Oh, he's just cackling with laughter the whole time while he's doing his horrific nonsense. Bam, driving those bloody spikes into your eyes. That's pretty nuts. That is pretty nuts. Jump Scare. Again, so weird to me that this is a creature boosting spell, right? Vicious Clown. So goofy looking. There's just something about him that makes him not scary, even though he has 2 gigantic machete arms, you know? It's just... I don't know. What up, Loco? Rip Chain Razorkin. This artwork's pretty good. This guy actually looks pretty freaky. 4 mana, 5/3 with reach. 1 red and 2 sack a land, draw a card. This card feels super green, doesn't it? It feels like a very green card. The fact that it's got reach, which is something you see on a lot of green, and then paying 3 mana and sacking a land to draw a card also feels very green. This doesn't feel like a red card to me. I mean, I get that the reach is because he has a gigantic chain that he can hook you from the sky with, so that makes sense to me. But ultimately, it really does feel like a strange color pie shift, you know? Hardened Escort. Doesn't look very hardened. 1 white and 2, 2/4, human soldier. Whenever it attacks, another creature you control gets +1/+0 and indestructible until end of turn. It's not magic. I read the writing on the house's walls. I listen to its sighs. I smell the change in its air. It tells me where danger lies. Okay, so you can make anybody else indestructible, but not yourself? Weird. Weird. Yeah. Thompson, you like the art on the card Dagger Maw Megalodon? I can't recall it off the top of my head right now, actually. Is that in Duskmourn? Overall, not too shabby a pack. I really, really like the Hall Creeper. This is a sweet card, man. It's some interesting design. I like it. It's got a good vibe. Well, it's got a dark vibe, but for Duskmourn and what we're going for, it's got a good vibe. Oh, hold on. The Plinko board's still up. And whoop, there we go. There we go. Yeah, I mean, Thompson Pro, all the cards go by in a blur, you know? With the pace that Wizards constantly is showing new cards, there's always stuff now that I haven't seen. In the past, in spoiler season, I would end up absorbing all the cards, including the commons and stuff, but it's such a breakneck pace at this juncture that stuff I'm sure I've seen. I'm very sure I've seen the Megalodon, but I have no memory of what it looks like or what it does at all. Maybe we'll crack one in a pack. Who knows? Anyways, my tea has cooled down. I'm going to switch it up to water. Loco, you had to watch Rose Red the other day because Duskmourn got you jonesing. I don't know what Rose Red is. I don't know what that is. I presume it's some kind of horror property, you know? All right, I grabbed me my water. Lazily, I just grabbed the mug that I had with my breakfast and did not bother to fill it back up. So I'm sure at a certain point I'll have to go and get some more, but that's good for now. Yeah, when I see rose red, my brain reverses it into red rose and just makes me think about the tea brand and how I'll go to a bunch of restaurants and I'd be like, hey, do you have Earl Grey tea? And they'd be like, we have red rose. And I'm like, that's a brand, not a flavor, right? Like, so if you don't know the flavor and only know the brand, that means you have orange pico. And orange pico tea is just okay. It's acceptable, but not ideal. Rose Red is a Stephen King book about a haunted house that can grow and expand and trap souls like Duskmourn. It's Duskmourn before the house ate the whole plane. Oh, okay. All right. Yep. That kind of like haunted house concept is definitely not unique to Duskmourn. Wizards tends to not have any singularly unique concepts in nowadays, you know? Everything is playing off of something else. And I guess when you go back to older stuff, there's a lot of that too, but it felt like before they used to make it more their own, you know what I mean? And now with things like Duskmourn, it feels more like there's a lot of cards that are like, hey, remember this thing? You know what we're referencing. Nudge, nudge. Like, it's more blatant and on the nose and less adapted into the magical world. What up, Heavy Metal? How you doing, buddy? So yeah, that's the new way of Magic, where the flavor is, it's all over the place. It's funny, actually, the game store owner of the store I go to yesterday, he's like, I finally figured out why Magic feels so like wonky lately. And he's like, check it out. He's like, Markov Manor and Thunder Junction both weren't like high fantasy. Then Bloomburrow was, and now this isn't. So for like the whole year, we've had a bunch of sets that aren't high fantasy. And I'm just like, duh. You know what I mean? I didn't say that to him, but I thought it in my head, like, you just figured that out now? I've been saying that all year, bro. I've been saying that all year, you know? I was railing against this stuff before Bloomburrow came along. Bloomburrow gave me the break. And now we're back to Duskmourn, and it's given me time to think about how I view and feel about Magic, and I realized that I had become too jaded to properly enjoy myself. So I took a step back from that and went, all right, let's look at this in a slightly different way. And I'm glad that I did, because then when I saw the Ghostbusters Secret Lair, I went, yo, I actually really like this. I really like the Slimer Secret Lair. And it feels nice to just have a good time talking about Magic cards. You know, like I remember this feeling. I like this. And I want to do more of this. I actively want to enjoy myself more. It's all, there's been this whole process of thinking about it. You guys might remember from another recent stream where I was talking about, I don't know what direction that I'm going to get pulled in, either further away from Magic or just find a different way to enjoy what's going on. And it looks like it's just going to be basically realigning how I view things. And instead of looking at what they're doing from the grander scale of Magic and its original high fantasy roots, if I want to have a good time with it, I'm just going to have to take whatever world we're dealing with as its world, because there's like, otherwise it's just going to be the same thing over and over. And I will eventually get bored of just going, this isn't high fantasy. You know what I mean? Like, I want to have a good time. Yeah, Loco, exactly. You know what? That is pretty much kind of the vibe. It's become more meme-ish overall. At the end of the day, the game still plays fun. If I ever don't enjoy the gameplay, that's when I know I'm really done, right? So, for now, I thought I wasn't gonna play. I thought I wasn't gonna play Arena as much, but I still find myself playing it. You know. And I was thinking about doing some more Chandelar action as well. So, when it comes to Duskmourn, I don't like the particular aspects of it, some of them, but I do quite enjoy a bunch of the horror monsters. They're pretty sweet. They've got some pretty dark flavor, and they could fit into other sets, some of them. You know, like you could take a bunch of these and transplant them as like nightmares brought out by Ashiok or something, and they would absolutely work, like 100%. So there are things I can appreciate about it. It hasn't turned into something I can't appreciate. What up, Kitsune? But I also recognize that Magic 30 really, really tweaked me off and made me pretty angry, and I just looked at it and went, like, what is going on with this game? And since that point, I had just been feeling like unhappy in different ways about different aspects of it. But that has been diminishing. And at this point, obviously Wizards has done so many different universe beyond things and whatever that just saying it's not like Magic High Fantasy anymore feels like a given. Like, well, like pretty much a solid year of not having it. It's pretty clear the writing's on the wall, right? Kitsune, why couldn't Ashiok have been the big bad? See, I'm cool with Valgavoth being the big bad, but the problem is, in the story, Valgavoth does like nothing. In the written story, almost no impact. When you compare it to the cards, Valgavoth is this towering, imposing force who seems super powerful, right? There's the one card where hordes of monsters are being thrown at the heroes, and I'm like, why didn't we get these moments? You know, it's not focused enough, right? Like the Kaido and the Dragonfire stuff that they shoved into it as a story spotlight feels incredibly confusing. If you just look at all the cards for the story spotlight, you're gonna have no idea how Kaido fits in there. And then they have Jace on particular cards, and it's like, what is Jace doing here? You didn't, like, you had him show up in the story for like 4 seconds and do nothing. So if you want to use this random slush art and then just go, we got to include him in the story because we put him on a card or two, you got to make it make sense. Millmaster, you got your groceries done? Oh, you picked up some tendies? Are they made of chicken or are they made of raccoon? You got raccoon tenders? Oh. Man. It's definitely a weird time for Magic, and it's just going to get weirder from here. And I don't know how much of the old school stuff we're ever going to get anymore, right? Like, when it comes to old stuff, they're looking to use them to make remastered sets, but how much of that are they going to do? And the returns to Worlds, like, I'm very curious to see what a return to Lorwyn is going to be like. That's hilarious. I should put this somewhere where it won't be as jarring when I get a random text on my phone. What the hell was that? Oh. Hey, Paul Falcons super chat says, don't be a dinko. Drop that Plinko in slot number Thrinko. Well, no number rhymes with Plinko. How about Cinco? Cinco, motherfucker! Oh, take that. Take that. A number does rhyme with Plinko. It's Cinco. Because I'm so worldly, because I know all of the languages and have a giant dick, I was able to figure that out. All right? So let's do a drop in slot Plinko for Bo Falcon the Dinko. Fucking Dinko. All right, here we go. Oh, all right. Pretty close to the Juggalogs. Good point. I stand corrected, says Bo. Was pretty clever. Loco props. That was great. Glad you enjoyed it. Glad you enjoyed it. All right. You weren't thinking in other languages. Well, that's, you know what, bro? I'm fucking worldwide. I'm watched in fucking tons and tons of different countries by people of all different nations. I am the grand unifier. So I think in all languages all the time. Bueno, arigato. See? Fucking effortless. Effortless. Pamplemousse, vinaigrette, ferme la fenetre, bouche. Okay, let's go. Let's take a look in this booster pack. That's right, Bo Falcon says proof Mike is godly in caps. Correct. Correct. Oh, Loco coming in with the religious imagery as well. Oh, God, Nico is so goofy looking. Nico is goofy, goofy, goofy. Like, look at this. Look at this goofy little face. I hate Nico's haircut. I think Nico's such a goof, you know? Nico's such a goofy looking character. I'm a goof with a Van Zeppelin. Anyways, there's the shard token. Nico, here you go. That's for you, buddy. We got a foil meat locker and a drowned diner. That's pretty crazy. That makes me think today, I saw an AI picture of a cafe. And like it looked really inviting at first because it was a rainy day out and it was showing a city street. And then I went, this is an AI picture. Because the table inside the cafe, it was rainy outside. The table inside the cafe had raindrops all over the table. And the seat that would go for the table was like a park bench with like metal railings and stuff. And you're just like, that's from outside. The AI hasn't gotten to the point where it can do a good enough job. All right. And then we got the mountain. Oh, bro. This is awesome. Look at this. You've got the little butterfly moths here to represent the metamorphosis of Valgamoth, right? Valgavoth. I say his name wrong all the time. You can actually see some moths here too, right? And then the pathway here leading to the maw of hell. That is epic looking. Do you see the face there? Screaming in anger and rage. I shall consume you. That's cool. Oh, we got the abhorrent Oculus. Imagine you had a problem with your butthole and this was your doctor. And you're like, can you take a good look? And then it just, claws right in your butt cheeks, bro. 3 mana 5/5 flyer. As an additional cost to cast it, though, you have to exile 6 cards from your graveyard. At the beginning of each opponent's upkeep, you manifest dread. So it's a 5/5 flyer that makes a 2/2 during each of your opponent's turns. But the 6 cards from the graveyard feels like such a hefty cost to have to pay that I really don't know if it's that powerful. You know, that's a big restriction. So I don't know if this is a jank bag mythic or if this is actually going to turn out to be bonkers because it does make a 2/2 for you every turn and it also does fill your graveyard up, right? And it's not legendary. You can have as many of these as you want out. The scale of it is super epic. Although when I look behind, it kind of feels like the Phyrexian War. You know, you can see like what looks like the crazy spined, like, I don't even know what they were called, constructs that slammed into the different worlds. It's got that kind of an aspect. So I don't think this was originally supposed to be a Phyrexian, though. But for some reason, that in the background gives me that vibe, you know? The scale of it versus these people. It's pretty sweet. It's pretty sweet. Trial of Agony. Oh, I haven't seen this one before. 1 red sorcery. Choose 2 target creatures controlled by the same opponent. That player chooses one of the creatures. Trial of Agony deals 5 damage to that creature, and the other can't block this turn. I mean, you're never going to get rid of the creature you want with this, right? It's always going to be the least optimal choices because they're made by your opponent, but it does only cost 1 red. So, The flavor text says, all it took to shatter their lifelong bond was a scrap of hope. You know what? This does bring out the whole, one of the interesting aspects of horror movies is when people are pitted against each other for their own survival. So friends who normally would have each other's backs now have to choose to take each other out, you know? I mean, I've seen it done in way more enjoyable ways. Urza versus Gerard, for example, under the sway of Yawgmoth. But this definitely gives the concept. It feels like one where you could easily work together, though. You know what I mean? Like, couldn't one guy just leap over to the other guy's platform and they're like, okay, we're good, let's get out of here. It doesn't feel that doom-inducing. Sure, you've got the blade sawing in the middle, but the blade's teeth don't even look that sharp. It looks more like a rotating cog, and it looks like there's like, yo, why don't we just like jam this thing so it stops spinning? This feels like an really escapable scenario. Peterson, you think Duskmourn has a better horror vibe than the last 2 Innistrad sets? Agreed. I mean, especially Crimson Vow. Crimson Vow wasn't horrific at all. It was a vampire wedding set, which felt just strange, you know? Let's get everyone dancing in the ballroom, right? It's a Saw movie on a card. Yeah, you know what? You're right. It does evoke the Saw vibes, doesn't it? I mean, it's literally got a saw right there. You got a paranormal analyst. Analyze your douchebag hair, bro. I remember seeing this guy yesterday. Drag to the Roots. What is this? This artwork is super evocative. 1 green, 1 black, and 2 instant. Delirium, it costs 2 less if you have the 4 different permanents. Destroy target non-land permanent. Oh, okay. All right. So it can work similar to Assassin's Trophy. The flavor text says, Valgavoth commands us to feed the trees. Let our blood be their mulch, our flesh their soil. Is that what's going on here? Are these the dark, shadowy hands of a tree? Oh, I guess that's the tree in the background. Okay. That's crazy. They turn all shadowy here, and they're just like pulling your life essence out. Oh, is this guy not throwing his hands out in like, help me? Is he throwing his hands out in exultation? Like, yes! We serve the trees to serve Valgavoth or whatever. I'm happy to be consumed. Is that what they're going for here? All the shadowy hands of the trees. Pretty wild, man. Oh, yeah, you know what? Never mind. You can see a bunch of cult members all around. So this is a willing sacrifice. All right. What up, Sandwich? You like the set pretty well? Well, sweet, buddy. Anthropede. Seen you before. Nothing very exciting there. We saw you in the last pack. What's this? Derelict Attic. That's where I'm going to lock you guys. I'm going to lock you guys in the attic. When you unlock this door, you draw 2 cards and lose 2 life. In Widow's Walk, whenever a creature you control attacks alone, it gets +1/+0 and gains death touch till end of turn. Meh. There are a lot of rooms in this, you know? That's why some of these common ones suck. Monstrous Emergence. She doesn't look as spooked as she should. Weird. She's got some of that Ghostbusters gear. You ever had 18 tongues in your butt, bitch? That's what this thing says when it shows up. Who wants 18 tongues in their butt? Oh, the hand that feeds. Will you bite it? 1 red and 1 for a 2/2 mutant hand. Whenever it attacks, if you have Delirium, it gets +2/+0 and menace until end of turn. Oh, okay. In the darkness, Lana reached for Shay's hand and squeezed it for comfort. Then she heard Shay call to her from the next room. All right, that's some classic horror. You think that you're holding hands with one of your friends in some dark room or whatever, and you're like, I'm so glad you're here. And they're like, what'd you say? And you're like, oh no, they're so far away. That can't be them, right? Boo! Kevin, boo! Thumbs down! Some might say the set is comfortable or quite roomy, Boo! Boo this man! Fear of surveillance. Fear of getting bit by an eyeball, man. That's nutty. It's an eyeball with 3 little legs that end in hands. 2 mana, 2/2, vigilance. When it attacks, surveil 1. Its unblinking gaze sees every flaw, every shame, every humiliating moment you wish you could forget. That's got a horror feel to it. Things that can read into you and they know what, like, how to push your buttons, right? What you're afraid of, what your hopes are, all of it. That's a good way to get into somebody's head. Good job, Bo Falcon. Those are boo faces. You're booing Kevin. Oh, the centipede. This is insane. Looking for your spine. Look at its weird, like, merfolk tail, bro. This thing is nuts. I have no idea how it lets you get a basic land, but this thing is crazy. It's like humping up on a dead body, bro. That's pretty gross. That's pretty gross. Dow, you don't gotta try and bang the magic monsters, all right? All right? There's very little of any of that kind of stuff in Magic the Gathering, actually, at all. Being booed is the real horror. You should feel horror. I feel horrified at your terrible. It's so roomy here. Blah, 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 blah. It's like a sweet new car. Nah, Dow. Even then, it's just hand-holding stuff. You know. It's just hand-holding stuff. It's not like you'll ever see like Saheeli sticking 3 fingers in Huatley's butt while Huatley goes, "I'm a dinosaur." Right? They don't take feathers off of the dinosaurs and tickle each other's holes or anything. Oh, terrible. Oh, it looks like a nice day out today. I think Carly went out for a walk because when I went out to grab my water, she's gone. She's gone. So I hope she's off having a nice time, whatever she's choosing to do. I'm curious about the contents. I'm curious about the contents of the new welcome decks. I'm really glad that they brought these back as a product for people, you know? 64 cards. Huh. It's got French recycling stuff on it. This is interesting. So yeah, I've got all 5 of those, and we will definitely crack them out. Kevin, you like the rooms? They have a good feel, even if some are kind of meh. It's different, honestly. It's a different play on the split card concept. I like the fact that you can choose one side to play, put it out, and then it sits there waiting for you to unlock the other side. And you can either do that through the casting cost side of it, or there are other ways you can do it. And so the rooms are somewhat interesting, you know? Millmaster, you saw some Arkansas bacon. It's funny that that's how that's pronounced, by the way, because Arkansas totally looks like Arkansas. That's how it feels like you should pronounce it, right? Also, I like how you respect bacon so much that you capitalized the B. You don't know about its goodness? Oh, so you've never tried it. Oh, I've never even heard of it. But new bacon types are interesting to me. I made bacon yesterday. And, well, I mean, I make bacon every day. But yesterday when I made my bacon, I have a jar that I collect the bacon fat up in. And the jar is now filled to the brim. So there wasn't any more room in the jar. And I didn't want to start a new jar because I'm like, if I haven't used this stuff, I don't want to have multiple jars of it and try and keep track of whatever. So I just have one jar. Never really ran into this situation where I had excess bacon grease. So I was like, what am I going to do with this? And I had already made popcorn the night before and put some Flavacol and stuff on it, right? Using a little bit of like vegetable oil. And I'm like, yo, I wonder what bacon fat is like on this. So I dumped it on the popcorn, shook it all around and whatever. And then later that day I had it, and it was like, yo, it's got just a little hint of the smoky, salty bacon flavor, and it's great. Carly didn't like it at all, actually. She tried it and was like, oh, this isn't for me. No, thank you. But for real, it turned out to be good. Like, I wouldn't do that every time that I make popcorn, but it genuinely turned out good. Dow, Canadian bacon's not bacon. That's just ham. It's ham with pea meal slapped on it. And I don't go in for that garbage. Millmaster bacon's got so expensive you've been getting it at the butcher and you noticed it alongside the slab and peppered and maple stuff. Isn't bacon more expensive at the butcher's? That was my understanding. You pay more to get it from the butcher, not less. You know? But I feel you, bacon has gotten quite expensive. We tend to like get it on sale. You know? Carly will keep track of what places are having sales, and she'll go, sometimes they're out of bacon, and then she gets a rain check. There's the one place where they give you a rain check and they have like a bonus points system where when you buy groceries and stuff, you get points from them. But if you get one of these rain checks, you get the product and you get a 10% bonus in points as well. So you can wait, like you get a rain check when it's on sale, and then you wait a week and it's not on sale anymore. You go back and now all of a sudden they've got a ton of the bacon and you get your pick of the best stuff because it hasn't been rated hardcore by people who are looking for deals. So you're getting the optimal bacon plus you're getting bonus points, which is sweet. Peppered bacon's not too shabby, depending. It's not something I'd want to have all the time, but it is nice for something different. Dow, that's right. As always, a scholar and a gentleman. You are correct, sir. You are correct. Kevin, you always felt the split cards felt smooshed. I'm talking about the original split cards from like the old Invasion days. They feel really similar to the rooms, you know? The next Magic set will have box topper bacon. I'm listening. You got my attention, buddy. You got my attention. Okay, this is charged now. Take that off the charger. There we go. I've got Discord on my phone now, so I get Discord notifications through that as well. I didn't used to have that on there. Millmaster, you took a picture of the crazy bacon in the Discord? All right. I like bacon. Let's see here. Whoa. That's crazy thick, bro. Holy shit. That's excessively thick. What's that below it? Pepper bacon? That is so much pepper on there. Good lord. Huh. Alright, that butcher looks like it has some legit meat, bro. Wizards will bring me back in with the 2025 bacon set. Well, Bloomborough gave me a nice break, and I've had time to reflect on how I feel about Magic overall. And really, what I want to do is have a good time and enjoy myself. That's what I want. So, I have to sit down and go, has the game changed so much that I'm not having a good time and don't want anything to do with it? Or is it something I can still enjoy? And it definitely is something that I can still enjoy. Break stop. Get on a treadmill then, fat boy. How many times has bacon appeared on a Magic card? I think it's just the one token, isn't it? It's just the token from, isn't it Doctor Who? Doctor Who has a bacon token? I'm pretty sure. And I have the Doctor Who stuff, so it's most likely that I actually have the bacon token somewhere. Bacon showed up on a number of altars. A number of Magic altered cards, There's a couple of the proxy ones that I have that have bacon. Bacon on them. Oh. Break stop, that just makes you fatter. It just makes you fatter. Get on the treadmill. Get on the treadmill, Tubby. Go for a walk. Put down the juice and pick up the jump rope. Dow, get your own damn bacon. Stop spending as much stupid time wandering around looking for a cipher that doesn't matter and go get some bacon that does matter. Kevin, you're with me. At first you were hating all the stuff, breaking the field magic. Now you just want to have Starscream fight Gandalf crew in a UFO in Jurassic Park. That doesn't even make me like go like I would in the past. It's just like they've done so much stuff outside of it that, I mean, if you just go by this year, non-high fantasy is more what Magic is than anything. So you just gotta, apparently now you gotta view the worlds through the lens of that one world and not really connect them to anything else, because the planes are no longer a multiverse of interconnectedness at all. It's just random world, random world, random world, random world. You can go between them, you know? Kevin, Night Year? What the hell are you talking about? I know that Foundations is going to have a light and dark theme. Is that what you're referencing? Dow, your last trophy you got for Magic? Oh, no, wait, not Magic. The last trophy you got for the game you're playing right now is 2022. All right. Sandwich, you think Kevin meant next year? He meant Night Year. The sun's going to be blotted out, and the devil is going to sprawl all over the lands, bro. That's what's going to happen. You got to be on the lookout. You got to be wares. Well, I can hear Carly. She is back. She is wandering around. And I'm gonna go get some more water, because this is now warm. I want some ice water. I'll be right back. I'll be right back. Millmaster, you ain't wrong. They're tossing everything at the wall now, son. Baddies! Guys, I completely forgot that I actually have Kool-Aid. So instead of having water now, I got myself a little cup of some orange Kool-Aid. Kevin, you'd love a sweet-ass Night Year? Yeah, until all the plants died. And it's like, oh no. Bo Falcon. Oh, you're just finding out about James Earl Jones now. Yeah, it's unfortunate, man. He got a good run, though. He made it into his 90s. Just wait till Captain America battles Valgavoth using a fat man backed up by the Ghostbusters. That's it. That's the new world, man. That's the new world. Loco and Millmaster coming together to come up with the the plan of starve yourself in the woods. Only eat what you can catch. No. I want big bags of chips. That's what I want. There's actually, now that I'm talking about that, Now that the fucking edible I had earlier is kicking in more, I'm totally going, yo, I could go for some salt and vinegar's Ruffles right about now. I wonder if they're on sale. I'm gonna look. I'm gonna look and see if there's any deal right now on Ruffles. I'm gonna let the universe decide. If there's no deal, I mean, maybe I will still get some. Oh, I'm feeling super fatty boy now. Not only do I want salt and vinegar Ruffles, I want poutine too. Damn. Okay, let's see. Do we have any deals? Oh, we do! We do! Normally it's $4.79. I found some for $3.99. Oh, wait. Is this even cheaper? Oh, it says $3.33. I'm gonna have to ask Carly. She knows this app better than me. It looks like they might be on sale for like a little over $3. That's a pretty good deal, man. Sandwich the thumbnail of the Secret Lair version with Frasier. I didn't make that, bro. Somebody else made that Frasier Secret Lair image. I saw it and believed it. When I saw it, I was like, they made a Frasier Secret Lair? And I clicked and I'm like, oh, it's not real. Okay. Sandwich, make it yourself. You can make poutine yourself, bro. Absolutely. Absolutely. Bo Valgan gonna have Carly bring home the bacon? That's right. That's right. I'm gonna take your money and use it to have her bring me bacon. That's the perfect world. You pay, she obeys. Wait, that actually sounds like I'm selling my wife. Never mind. There you go, sandwich. Now you're thinking. I never even think of trying to get stuff from Amazon like that. But you can technically, like, the cheese curds are mozzarella. If you can't get the cheese curds, you can just try and find a decent mozzarella and just kind of break it into some chunks, and you'll get pretty close, you know? It may not be perfect, but when you're living in a land where the options aren't there, you know? But yeah, I could totally vibe on some poutine today. That's right. That's right, Bo Falcon. She does what I say with your money. There we go. Millmaster, there's 2 food tokens, 1 human token, and 1 saga that depicts bacon from what you can tell? Okay. I don't remember the other one. What up, Juggum? He says, winner, winner, hatches on. Hello, happy Saturday to y'all. Well, happy Saturday to you, buddy. Hope you've been having a good day. I realize that the people haven't been getting as many afternoon and earlier day streams from me, and I want to make a change to that. So here we are. Here we are. Yeah, I guess I'm vibing on potatoes. I want salt and vinegar Ruffles, and I want poutine. Either made here by Carly or poutine from. There's a restaurant actually. I want to try their poutine. Every once in a while, me and Carly would go to different sit-down restaurants. One of them has poutine on the menu, and I haven't tried it yet because it's like $16 or something like that, and that feels like a lot for a poutine, but it also might be a giant poutine. One day I'm going to try it. One day I'm going to try their poutine. I'm just the cost, and then thinking like, yo, maybe it won't be that good, but all their food that we've had so far is good, so it feels like there's a decent chance. Modern Horizon 3 and Lord of the Rings food tokens. Oh, Lord of the Rings. You know what? That is the perfect place to have bacon. on a token. Okay. All right, I believe it. I believes it. That's all right. I mean, bacon doesn't... Like, if I see bacon, it's not like, oh, wow, that's immersion breaking, you know? It's like Fantasy World's having bacon. They got pigs, don't they? So that works. How about making some god bacon? Track down, what's his name? What is the name of the raised boar? Ilharg. Get Ilharg, make bacon out of him. He's a god who keeps coming back, right? So he's infinite holy bacon. Man, it is crazy how much herb makes things taste so much better. You know? I eat way more junk. Like, people call it the munchies. But is it actually the munchies? Or is it just that things taste better? Straight up. Like, so much better. It's crazy how much better. Kevin raised foil bacon scented. Now we're talking. Now we've got a very special foil edition. I'm down with that. Let's make that happen. The card shines like it's coated in bacon grease. Oh yeah, bacon's so good, man. I never get tired of it. I could have bacon for breakfast every day for the rest of my life and be happy. Need variety for lunch, need variety for dinner. I couldn't eat poutine every day and be happy. There's no way, you know? It's not the same thing. But bacon, just amazing. Just amazing. It doesn't need anything to enhance it. You don't need to get crazy with it. Bacon is the best. Dow with the fat version of Rihanna singing "Shine Bright Like a Bacon." Kevin, get a taste of those collector packs. There you go. That works. That works. Charles, an infinite god bacon would be quite the prized pig. You're not wrong. Scratch and sniff cards with bacon, yes. With the skunk creatures, no. See, Loco, that, like, for me, that's not the case. It doesn't make it so that all of a sudden I'm like, I need all this stuff. It just makes it taste so much better. You know what, Millmaster? I don't know. I know with the gods, like, it's like when they die, they come back. I don't know if you just chopped part of it off, if it would just regenerate itself, or if you would have to end it every day to get it to come back. Jess, you feel like a real boy because you cleaned your room and you put a better bed in it and you got sheets on it? Nice. You know what? It's the little things that make life better. And appreciating the effort that you put in. You know, it's a good thing to care about yourself and to do small things for yourself. Because if you don't, you'll just reinforce the fact that you're not worth it to yourself, which is not good for your brain, you know? Kevin, yeah, another unset would totally be a place where they could do cards that actually had smells. I wouldn't be surprised if they tried to mess around with that technology a little bit in the past. I remember this scratch and sniff stickers. Most of them didn't smell like the things that they said they did. Millmaster, I barely know anything about Dragon Ball. I know just enough to say I know the name you're talking about, but I've never really watched it. Jess, you still don't have a smoke detector. Get one, buddy. Get one. I mean, they should be provided by the building that you live in, right? So that's like a legal thing, 100%. And if you want to get a smoke detector, and the building isn't providing them, and you don't want to deal with, like, if the people who run your building are not good people or whatever, you can always just anonymously report your own building to, like, the fire department and go, there's a building, blah, 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 that doesn't have smoke detectors. And then the fire department will show up and be like, you got like a week to put this stuff in or we will find the shit out of you. You know? Oh, never mind. You have to quit smoking inside first. Your landlord will buy one. Yeah. Don't smoke indoors, bro. For real. The difference is massive. I used to smoke indoors. And then I switched over to smoking outdoors. And it helps you in a number of ways. One is you're not going to get smoke all over your fucking house. You're not going to yellow, because it yellows everything. I can see that very clearly now. When I stopped smoking indoors and I compare the things that I got since then to the stuff I had before, you can see it damages everything. Your clothing, your possessions, your home, all of it. It ain't worth it. And if you smoke indoors, it's way easier to smoke. If you have to go through putting stuff on, going outside and whatever, you will naturally smoke less because of the hassle. So that's a win for you. 100%. Dow, there's zero chance I'm going to go and watch Dragon Ball. Like, there is zero chance on Earth. I have no interest in it. Dragon Ball to me is just the yelling show where people stand across from each other in a field and go, "Huh! Huh! Huh!" It's boring. It's very boring. So there's a million things that I want to watch. I've got a big list of things to watch. I don't feel like I have enough time to watch what I want to watch. There is a zero chance. Dragon Ball isn't even on my list, you know? Charles, in Norse myth, Thor has goats that pull his chariot. He kills and eats them every night. Nice. Jess, you're cleaning your walls and stuff? Nice, buddy. Good job. Peterson, did I ever watch Pandorum? I have it written down, but no. I don't know anything about it. I can't remember if I was even given a description of it now. Habanero, you tried watching Dragon Ball as an adult, you couldn't make it past like 5 episodes. Whatever fond memories people have of it and whatever few moments are worth seeing aren't worth actually sitting through that show. That's how it feels. So, it's not for me, man. It's got a bunch of fans, clearly, and that's fine, you know? Hell, I gave One Piece a shot. I watched like the first 120 episodes. And I'd be more likely to go back to One Piece and continue than I would ever get into Dragon Ball. One Piece has, while its pacing might be a little bit wonky and you might want to watch it at double speed, it's got a lot of interesting characters and funky stuff going on with the demon fruits, all of that. So I found One Piece to have some interesting stuff. I can't remember why I stopped watching it, but it wasn't because I thought it sucked. Heavy Metal Super Chat says, I had to rewatch last night's live stream. I couldn't remember much. Spectral Goat. No, 2, please. Oh, listen, man. Listen. The goats have demons in them. That's against your God, bro. He's gonna know. He's gonna know that you're unholy. You don't want that. Thanks for the super chat, bro. All I need from you now is to choose a drop slot, because we're doing Plinko again today. By the way, I guess you watched the stream, so you don't need to know that you won. You and Amiibo got right into it with each other. That shit was funny. You're both like, you want some? You don't want none of this. And then you were both like, yeah, you do. Yeah, I do. Let's go. Let's go. It was like one of those slapping competitions that you see on the internet where it's like, stand there. And then the other one's right back. Oh, you're saying 2. I thought you were saying you wanted 2 goats. My mistake. All right. Jess, you always thought Dragon Ball Z was for dumb people? Why? What made you think it's for dumb people specifically? I was going to switch it to the wrong thing here. Hold on. Plinko, number 2. Numero 2. All right, straight into the Duskmourn. You got it straight into Simone's slot, buddy. And she looks pretty young here. You might be going to jail. You might be going to jail. You only knew dumb people that watch Dragon Ball. That's why you thought it was for dumb people. Well, that is surprisingly logical. Actually, that makes perfect sense. Okay. All right, let's go. What's in this pack? Heavy metal. What man can satisfy two goats? Oh, that's a pretty funky looking spirit, man. Oh, he's got a spine inside. A rib cage and everything. It's crazy. It looks like he's wearing a cloak with parts of his body showing out. Oh, he looks like he's got a sheet over him. He's got the two headlight eyeballs. That's pretty wild. Juglum, you came back too late. The stream already ended. We're not even here anymore. Fear of exposure. I don't got a fear of exposure because my dong is giant. The artwork on this is insane, though. The giant mouth with the faces screaming inside of it and all this crazy mist leaking out of it. That's wild, man. It's got like a weird kind of half dog body. It's like the back half of an animal or something. Is that a tail? Is it sitting in a chair? What the hell is going on here? Some crazy artwork. Strangled Cemetery. They say that with each new moon, the buried dead rise and dance from dusk to dawn, and witnesses to the revelry must join them for eternity. All right, well, that's no good. Oh, look, there's got a dancing dead party. Now you're part of it. Now you're part of it. Jess, fair enough, buddy. You know what? That's a common thing that I had to deal with the ladies, too. You tell them you have a big dong, and they go, yeah, right. That's what happened with Carly. And then I've had to put my drink down and go, listen, I know people say that they do when they don't, but that's stupid, okay? That's very dumb of them because they're setting you up for disappointment. They're telling you that you're going to get a treat, and then they don't have that treat. But that's not fair to guys like me who actually have the treat. And the only way to tell you is to straight out, the only way to show you is to straight out tell you. I can't just pull it out here. Right? It's funny. She's like, okay, I believe you. She's like, I believed you right when you put your drink down and went, listen. So I got no problems with that. If they think, oh, it's small, great. Then you're going to be fucking surprised when you see it. All right? That's the deal. That's the deal. Also, Jess, I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit, son. You're welcome to think whatever you want. It don't change reality. I have no idea why guys who have small dongs say that they have big ones. That is the worst possible thing to do. I was with a chick who told me that this guy told her he had a small dick, and then she laughed, and he laughed, and then when he pulled it out, it was actually really small, but she couldn't be mad because he fucking told her. You know what I mean? If I was a chick, and some guy told me he had a fat schlonger, and then he pulled out a little wang, I'd be like, fuck you, dude, I'm out. Forget it. Like, you're a moron. Get lost, loser. You know what I mean? It's such a stupid strategy. All right. I remember yelling at a chick that I worked with because these other guys at work were telling me, blah, 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 says you got a fat dong. And I was just like, why is she saying that to you guys? I went up to her and I'm like, stop telling dudes at work about my dick. Tell the other chicks we work with. What is wrong with you? I got pissed off about it. 4 mana, 4/3, Enduring Curiosity. It's a cat glimmer. It's got flash. Whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to a player, draw a card. And when it dies, it comes back as an enchantment. So this is like Coastal Piracy. It's awesome. The only thing that would make it better is if it was any kind of damage and not just combat damage, but that would make it probably too strong, right? Patchwork Beastie. 1 green for a 3/3. Oh, okay. Can't attack or block, though, unless you have 4 or more card types in your graveyard. At the beginning of your upkeep, you may mill a card. All right. It doesn't know it isn't real. Oh, that's cool. That's got some cool flavor. Juggle them, keep them wondering. Exactly. Millmaster wasn't what a scene out of I'm Gonna Get You, Sucker. I've never actually seen that movie. I've never seen that movie, but I have lived other scenes from movies. Apparently, I I helped somebody reenact the scene from Reservoir Dogs without realizing it. When I was I had never seen the movie. We were playing this chariot game, Circus Maximus, and colors are being assigned, and he's like, "Here you go, you're Mr. Pink." And I'm like, "I don't want to be Mr. Pink." And I made a big deal about it and tried to trade with other people. Like, no trading! And like it wasn't exactly the same as that scene, but it was surprisingly close. And like a lot of people got a real kick out of it, and I didn't know why until I saw the movie much later. Rite of the Moth. Look at that artwork, man. That's amazing. 4 mana sorcery lets you return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield with a finality counter on it. It has flashback for 6. Coming back with the finality counter ain't so hot, but the fact that you can use it twice is awesome, and the artwork is sick. Look at that moth coming out of the mouth. The mouth has like cracks on it, like it's almost like aged wood. That's epic. Fear of Imposters, Fear of Weird Fatties is what this should be called. Appendage Amalgam. 3 mana, 3/2 flash. Whenever it attacks, surveil 1. I haven't seen this yet. Huh. It moves with the speed of a spider, but none of its skittering grace, scuttling to the sound of mucus-covered fingers. Weird. That's gross. Dalmas, these cards have some high prices for low returns. Well, that's how it goes with a lot of commons and uncommons. Cryptid Inspector. Innocuous Rat. It's got a bunch of spikes on it. 1/1 for 2. When it dies, manifest dread. That's pretty underwhelming. Twist Reality. I don't think I've seen this. 2 blue and 1 instant. Choose 1. Counter target spell or manifest dread. Huh. Wait, does he have a pair of shaded sunglasses, or is this supposed to be like a DNA helix? What is this? It looks like is he kicking a pair of sunglasses away? What is going on in this artwork? Oh man, whenever I see a 6 mana green common, my brain compares it to the old Crawworm. 6/4 with no abilities. This is 7/6 trample and forest cycling too. Straight up, even Great Dreadmaw. Great Dreadmaw? Colossal Dreadmaw. Even Colossal Dreadmaw has been outmoded by this guy. Pretty beefy. Glimmer Burst. 1 blue and 3 instant. Draw 2 cards. Create a 1/1 white glimmer creature. At first, Sasha felt silly fending off the cellar spawn hordes with the essence of her childhood pet hamster, but it sure beat dying alone in the dark. Alright, that's fun. The Hand That Feeds, we already saw you. And a living phone. It's so dirty looking. It's got such a dirty looking receiver. Goofy little face. I had a Mickey Mouse phone when I was a kid. Many, many years ago. I would get phone calls from Donald and Mickey, and apparently I really loved that phone. That pack was alright. Not too shabby. Duskmourn definitely has some cards that have some good flavor. Kool-Aid's pretty good. Apparently Carly picked me up a cookie too while she was out. She left to go to Tim Hortons. A part of me wondered if she might come back with some kind of treat or snack from her walk. I'm like, either she's gone out on a wandering or she has gone out with a specific goal in mind. Oh, you can't compare the Magic cards flavor to bacon because it's all going to lose. Bacon wins. Bacon wins. Juggle 'em, no problem, buddy. Coming and hanging out in fucking streams is a nice chill time. And it's good to do some random afternoon action. Because tonight we're going to be live streaming over on the Historian, and we're going to do the Wheel of Duskmourn. So insults will be in rotation. And then who knows, maybe I'll do a wheel stream tomorrow afternoon. We'll see. We'll see. I know that I'm supposed to record a video with Carly soon talking about Deadpool versus Wolverine. So we've got that to do. But I don't think we're going to end up doing that today. We got to get our current video on the horror stuff done first. Well, maybe not first, actually. But I think we're going to. I want to see the long legs skit that we did together. It's going to be a good video, I think. It's a little bit different because it's like a super long video talking about multiple movies. But That's how you get into making other content, is by making other random things. Heavy metal, I hear it in my head like the Wheel of Fortune show. Wheel of Duskmourn. Imagine if they made edible ink and printed a Black Lotus gum card. Magic cards that were also gum you could chew would be awesome. The booster pack, it's like, oh, these commons and uncommons I don't care about. Got me some chewing gum. I'm down for that. I like gum. It's good. Well, not all gum. Some is really cheap and crappy. Ball Falcon says, Heavy Metal will be happy to get his insults tonight. Do you feel sad you didn't get one for your super chat? He got so many in the one night. He has feasted on them. He's probably already gotten a lifetime's worth of insults, you know? See, there you go. He's saying he's all good. He's all good. Oh, man. So it looks like I'm going to be making a trip to the grocery store to get me some reasonably priced potato chips to put in my gigantic mouth. Rubbing my hands in excitement, apparently, over a bag of chips. At some point, I saw these weird honey barbecue ridged chips. They don't sell those at the grocery store, though. That's at one of the convenience stores I've been to. So I'm thinking I'm going to pick those up in something else, and we'll do that for a trying random food. Actually, I guess I could theoretically do that. Well, no point in trying to make that happen tonight, I don't think. We'll see how it goes. Heavy Metal, you're going to get low-carb Mexican food and Quest-covered meats? What the hell's Quest-covered meats? Ball Falcon, I'm not wearing my watch. No, I'm not. You didn't get the PayPal notification from 30 minutes ago. No, not at all. Oh! Bo! It's Carly's Bacon Fun. Thanks, buddy. Thanks. I did not. I'm surprised you didn't mention it, since it makes you Lord of the Board and also is a Plinko drop. What slot do you want to drop it in? Sorry that I didn't notice. Sorry I didn't notice, and thank you, buddy. Boken, because of the bacon comment. Cinco! There you go! Cinco rhymes with Plinko. Stick it in the hole of your dinko. Alright. Oh shit, Thompson says, I'll go for a Plinko too. How about slot 5? Double Cinco, back to back. Ball Falcon and Thompson sitting in the tree, about to get some Plinkiosity. First comes love, then comes a bunch of fighting, then comes divorce and fighting more over the children. All right. Whoop. Cinco! Hey! Hey, a Cinco Winko! First we do Cinco, then we do 5. 5 alive. Oh! Thompson wants to see some fat juggage. I approve. I approve of this. I got the Wheel of Fortune music in my head. All right. All right. Let's see here. Wait, did I not switch it up to the Plinko view, guys? Did I not switch it over? I can't. I don't think I did I? Oh well. Oh well. You'll have to trust. Yeah, you didn't even get to see. Wait a minute. Yeah, that means you didn't even get to see the... That's funny. That's funny. All right. Dow, you can shut your mouth, buddy. Guess what? You're never going to find that cipher. Have fun endlessly playing that game. You're never going to find that cipher. Just like in real life, you will never be 100%. And you will never complete anything fully, you fucking clownish goon. That's the real horror. Oh, look at this guy. He's bent over backwards like some of them ballerina girls you see in some of them videos. Help, stepbrother, I'm stuck in the kitchen sink. Oh, I'll help you, all right, with my dick. Impossible Inferno. 5 mana instant. It deals 6 damage to target creature. If it's got Delirium, you exile a top card of your library and can play it until the end of your next turn. All right, well, that is definitely limited garbage. Foil Forest. Oh, we got the chainsaw. 1 red and 1. When it enters, it deals 3 damage up to 1 target creature. Whenever 1 or more creatures dies, put a rev counter on it. Equipped creature gets +X/+0, where X is the number of rev counters on chainsaw. It's chainsaw-y. It's the kind of thing, it's definitely weird to see a chainsaw in Magic, let's be real, right? But this is a horror set, right? And I do have Evil Dead Magic cards, so having a chainsaw to go with it works for me. It turned into a chicken. All right, we got Break Down the Door. Here's Goofbag. What a face. 1 green and 2 instant. Choose one. Exile an artifact, an enchantment, or Manifest Dread. Pretty underwhelming. Pretty underwhelming. Leatherface, Loco. Fuck you, don't call me that. Untimely Malfunction. Fear of Isolation. How is this a fear of isolation? It's a big old crazy spirit bird. 1 blue and 1 for a 2/3 flyer. As an additional cost to cast a spell, return a permanent you control to its owner's hand. How is this a fear of isolation, bro? Doesn't even make sense. Jake, you think this feels like Shadowmoor era inspired? I don't really feel that, buddy. I don't really feel that. Shrewd Storyteller is the guy with a book. 3 mana for a 3/3. Damn, he's an old man, but he's pretty beefy. A 3/3, he could fight an elephant, son. Beginning your second main phase, if he's tapped, put a +1/+1 counter on a creature. All of his tales are cautionary. All right. That's me. I'm a beefy story guy. Bashful Beastie. He's got so many masks. 5 mana, 5/4. When he dies, Manifest Dread. Okay. Bear Trap. Spectral Snatcher. 6 mana, 6/5. Spectral Hatcher. 6 mana, 6/5. Ward, discard a card. Swamp Cycling 2. Huh. That's not too bad for a common, right? I mean, it'll be pretty good and limited, I think. Unsettling Twins is 4 mana for a 2/2. When it comes out, you Manifest Dread. Yeah, okay. This is the Shining, obviously, right? Hand that feeds. Seized from Slumber. Unraveled while sleeping. Pretty wild. 5 mana to destroy target creature, but it costs 3 less if you're targeting a tapped creature. And then Glimmerburst, we already saw that. Stranger, yeah, you like Untimely Malfunction? I was talking about how they boosted up the strength of red cards, man. So it's definitely got that vibe. Very much so. Loco, I don't think that I could name all the IPs that they have slammed into Duskmourn because I'm not that well versed in a lot of the horror movies. Bo Falcon, you watched the Neverending Story 3 the other day and didn't know Jack Black was in it? Man, is that movie bad? I think I've only seen the first Neverending Story. I just can't get past the fact that they lied to me. It ended. It makes me think of that Lionel Hutz from The Simpsons. Talking about suing the makers of the Neverending Story because it did end. Okay, we're looking for fat jugs, and we got the opposite. Oh, crazy. It's just got blood floating around. What is this? This actually fits with the Duskmourn vibe we're talking about here. Then we got a little cat lady with no jugs. Is everybody... No, yeah, everybody's redheaded here. What's going on? They all got a similar hair color. We got a bride, but who's going to marry you? You ain't got no jugs. Oh, we got... These are pretty big. Those are close to the necessary threshold. Not quite big enough to be classified as biggins to trigger a booster opening, but pretty close, bro. Oh, boo! Boo! What are you, fucking 14 years old? No, bro, she's an 8,000-year-old demon. She is not. Boo! Boo, we're looking... This is what we're hunting for. This is what we're hunting for. Big, fat ones. Loco, I've never seen Muppet Treasure Island, bro. I have not. I don't think I noted it down either, so I should. I'm going to write that down. Jugglin' and Bow. Boo! Boo! Agreed. Agreed. If you like horror movies that aren't, I guess, exactly like the kind of horror movies that you know, there's a movie called John Dies at the End that's classified as a horror comedy, and it definitely has horror aspects to it, but it's interesting. It messes around with time and stuff like that. I've really been enjoying it. Well, I'm not. That makes it sound like I'm watching it like ongoing. I watched it last night and I enjoyed it. Ghost goading for heavy metal. Oh, wait, what? Did he bang a goat to death? What are we talking about? What the hell does that mean? Oh, ghosty goats. Ghosty goats. Oh, man. Whew. I still have that hankering for salt and vinegar chips and poutine, bro. Giving him a... Oh, it's supposed to be a spectral goat. Is that what the goat is called? Is it a spectral goat? Peterson, yeah, Tucker and Dale versus Evil was pretty funny. At the beginning, these kids just end up dying through some supernatural evil or whatever, but everybody thinks it's the redneck hillbillies who are doing it, and they're just like, no, we didn't. It's just like a series of unfortunate happenings, right? I don't remember that much about that movie except the beginning where, like, multiple people's lives get ended and they're not doing it, but they're getting blamed for it, and they're like, no! Jess, you gotta go hold stuff in place for your roommate's boyfriend to put her bed together for her. I bet you have to hold their bed together while they bang. And you just stand beside them asking fucking inane questions like you do here. Bo Falcon says don't squeeze his junk too hard. Bo Falcon's taking it to the next level. He's just like, yeah, you're grabbing your roommate's dong. That's what you're actually doing. You're grabbing his wood. He doesn't even get the courtesy of a chair to sit and watch in. He has to work the camera. That's funny. Oh. Well, this has been fun. Thanks for coming and hanging out, my friends. It has been an enjoyable chill stream. I'm gonna find one of the other Duskmourn art cards and put your name on it as Lord of the Board for this stream, Bo Falcon. So, thanks for coming by, everybody. I will catch up with you guys later today over on the Historian channel when we do another live stream. But for now, so long, fuckface.